वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनम् देवकी परमानन्दम् कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्। Right? Mars has got debilitated. But this debilitated Mars is in the company of exalted Jupiter. Conjunction. So therefore Mars loses his minus point and begins to acquire plus point also. That is how we begin to look at a horoscope.
You also think that because Mars is in the eighth, that it's in the house of prolonged illness, that and it's debilitated in the Navamsa, that's maybe why.
Yes. We go now to the Dasha. When 1982 I was seeing the horoscope, he was passing through the Dasha of Saturn. Saturn is the lord of Aquarius. Aquarius is his ascendant. Therefore Saturn represents his body. Yours is Tula Lagna. Venus represents his body. You are lord of this thing. Hers is Vrishchik Lagna. Mars represents her body. The lord of the ascendant is representing your physical body. So he is passing through the period of Saturn body. Sun, the seventh, the principles of Vedic astrology, seventh can be a period of danger also. In the 8th house, it has become more dangerous. In the company of Mars, violently dangerous. You follow the logic, right?
What about the 7th house?
There are principles of what is known as. Unfortunately, I don't have the copies of this book. I promise when I go back to India, I will send some copies to Bong here straight. You can buy here. I have tabulated all principles for you in the middle part.
Just asking why you emphasize.
Pardon?
Why you emphasize the 7th house?
I have given those principles here. As I told you, 7th is Maraka. We use the word Maraka.
The Lord of 2 and 7 is Mars.
2 and 7 are Maraka, right?
But why is 7th emphasized here? Because the period of Shani passing through the 4th, was it?
No, the period Mahadasha's Lagna Lord, Saturn's major period, 7th Lord sub period.
Yes, yes, thank you.
Right?
Gotcha, yes.
Dynamism,
Okay.
not static. So I am seeing there is a danger. And now I see the transit of Saturn. Saturn is going to transit dangerously. Mars represents operation, Mars represents bloodshed also. Right? Being, if it is the 6th Lord, he will represent disputes also. Right? Therefore, what happens? I am seeing a dangerous period ahead for him.
If you saw Saturn transiting at that time, Saturn was transiting in Virgo at that time?
Yes.
Okay. And so he was in Saturn Dasara at the time?
Saturn Dasha, Sun sub period. Saturn major, Sun sub.
So the self.
So when you are talking to me next time, I will not allow you to talk in this manner. You have to talk in my language. My language is Saturn Mahadasha, Sun Antardasha.
Shani,
Yes, you say Shani or Saturn, okay. But what is the Mahadasha? Shani. What is the Antardasha? Surya. That is the language in which you will talk to me.
How did Mongol get into the picture?
Mars is associated with Sun in the 8th house, very close.
Conjunction.
Shani's gone over.
Right? Very close.
And the reason we're so concerned with Shani is that he's in his Shani Dasha.
Right.
And it's physical body.
Yeah.
So I am seeing the danger.
So if he was in his Venus or Jupiter Dasa, you wouldn't have worried about Shani like that?
Yes, I would not have worried so much. But here everything was appearing dangerous. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, when all are converging on that point of danger. I say,
So you're looking at the transit of the planet.
I look at the transit last, not first. In Western astrology, they look at transit mainly. Those transits will come many times in your life.
So if he were in his Mars Dasha, and you look at Mars, and then it was the same thing, then you would more look at the Mars transit.
Yes, that is also there.
Before you would even look at the Saturn.
Right.
Just pick up the Mars.
And not merely Mars transit, what is Mars promising in this horoscope in the Dasha? That is the first point. What is Mars promising in this horoscope? Her Lagna Lord Mars goes into the 10th house. She is an ambitious girl. She is an ambitious girl, straight away you can see, and wants to make a good career and has made a career. And Mars aspected by Saturn, a technical career. Right? That is how you begin to look at it. So no planet is good and no planet is bad. First keep that in the mind. I am a very optimistic astrologer. I know how to look at the positive side and tell you. Every life has a negative aspect, every life has a positive aspect. If I want to frighten you, I will emphasize the negative aspect, and you will say, well, damn it, if astrology is meant only to create despair, unhappiness, why should I go to an astrologer? Isn't it? Now,
So conceivably, if we were looking at the person, this star, and his immediate surroundings and family and friends, we would see maybe in that period there would be an accident for his wife if he had a wife, for his girlfriend and his friends as well.
so many things.
Or if he would go like to a party with his friends and girlfriends, there he would definitely have an accident.
Then they will definitely.
Have an accident because of this period. Because Bud, Mongol, Shukra and Surya are all conjunct in the eighth.
Right. Okay. Right? I am creating more interest in you than actually teaching in a systematic way, because you are not all of the same level. But remember the ideas which I am giving you. Later when you read it, it will be all right. Now you look at Amitabh Bachchan's horoscope, who is the Lord of the 10th house. Right? With how many planets? 3 other planets. Right? Maya has described her horoscope. Who is her 10th Lord?
Surya.
With how many planets?
So 3 others.
Right? When the 10th Lord joins other planets, 3 or 4 planets together, it becomes a good spiritual combination.
So the 10th Lord joins those other planets as a good spiritual combination.
Is this a special yoga?
Yes, it is known as, yes.
Do you also take account the aspects to the tenth lord of
Pardon?
You say tenth lord is associated with the 3-4 planets. If those person becomes very spiritual.
Yes, sannyas yoga.
But what about if other planets aspects like that to 10th house? If other planets
No, if other planets aspect the 10th house, that also becomes very strong yoga karma, and in that karma, if Ketu etc. are joining, Jupiter are aspecting, it becomes a spiritual combination again. Right? That is why I tell all of you, remember one lesson repeatedly: never be hopeless in life. You must know how to lead your spiritual life properly, and everything will be all right. In every horoscope, there is that element of spirituality. Once I see that, I say, come on, Maya, go ahead, do whatever you like, but don't forget God. If you forget God, you have wasted meeting K.N. Rao. Right? You are an ambitious one, you will rise high in life. Why will you rise high? I will explain later. I will take your horoscopes and teach you astrology in this unsystematic way. But my unsystematic method will teach you more principles.
It's case studies, it's not system.
Right? Now you are asking some question?
I was asking also if the 10th Lord has aspects to it, is that also?
That will also become very active. So I'll take up your horoscopes turn by turn just like this and tell you some points. Yes?
Alright, so the question is, if the 10th house Lord is conjunct with 2 or 3 other planets, say the person would be spiritual, what happens, and I know that most of the planets are spiritual, you mean Ketu is spiritual, Saturn is spiritual, Guru is spiritual.
Every planet has a spiritual side,
Right.
as I explained
So
yesterday.
because let's say if the Lord of the 10th house is conjunct with Moon, Mercury, and Rahu, as opposed to conjunct with Jupiter,
Even then,
Saturn, and
yes.
Ketu.
See, in the case of yoga, yoga means joining, union. Here, forget the planets, number.
Just as long as
So,
the
2, 3, 4.
So
Now, Amitabh Bachchan has a sannyas yoga. Sannyas yoga means a sannyasi, but he is not a sannyasi, he is an actor. Maya sitting before you has sannyas yoga, but she is an engineer. Why has this happened? Now read the degrees of Maya's planets, please. I don't forget your name. I don't know your name. Please read her out. Read out the degrees.
Eileen. So her lagna is 29 degrees,
Okay.
39.
Okay.
Sun is 5 degrees, 2.7 minutes.
Huh.
Moon is 21 degrees, 31 minutes.
Hmm.
Mars is 20 degrees, 5.9. Mercury is 12 degrees, 33.
Hmm.
Jupiter is 12 degrees, 48. Venus is 14 degrees, 53. Saturn is
That is, in our case, Sun, Jupiter, Mercury, Venus are in the 4th house, in the 7th house.
No, not Mercury.
And Mercury is in the 6th house. Okay.
Surya, Rahu, Guru, Shukra.
Surya, Rahu, Buddha, Shukra in the 7th house. Right?
You want to know those degrees? Okay. So Surya is 5 degrees to Rahu is direct 20 degrees 26. Venus is 14 degrees 53. And Jupiter is 12 degrees 48.
Right?
Where is Saturn sitting?
Saturn is in
Fourth.
the fourth in his own sign at 22:34.
Is any planet retrograde?
No. Wait. Yeah, wait a minute. This is wrong. No. Just K2 and Rahu are direct.
Non-retrograde. Right? Now, when there is a sannyas yoga in a horoscope, you may achieve all worldly success. You may be a multi-millionaire, you may be a billionaire, but inside you there is a spiritual vibration which will become more and more active as age begins to increase. That is the unfold.
Well, I have that yoga also. That's definitely the case. I mean, the 10th word.
So therefore, always remember, in that Yogi's Destiny Wheel of Time, I quoted one, Lambe Maharaj. I used to go to him in Nagpur. He used to use a beautiful sentence. He used to say, a saint has no past and a sinner has no future. Right? When I see that spiritual combination in your horoscope, the first advice I will give to any one of you is, since it is present in your horoscope, if you neglect studies, spiritual practice, if there is spiritual combination in your horoscope, if you neglect spiritual practice, you will lose that potency inside you to overcome your obstacles. Clear? There is an inbuilt protection in your horoscope. If that inbuilt protection you do not want to make use of, whose fault is it? Tell me.
What you're saying is your destiny being there, but your right effort. You have to use.
Yes,
you have to use your right
exactly.
effort to maximum.
That is what I mean by counseling. You understand? Counseling means what? I say, look here, Maya, in your horoscope I see this combination. Whatever else may happen to you in life, remember, there is a strong divine protection available in your horoscope. Therefore, having met K.N. Rao and having heard it on 16th June, or is 17 today? 17 June 1995 at 11:30 a.m. here, you will have to remember this lesson rest of your life. Whether we meet again in life or not, remember this. The one man had told you, I am telling you very sincerely. I am a great optimist in my life. For this very reason. When that spiritual promise is there, don't neglect it. Become very successful in life. Who says you should not become successful? But always make use of that. Now come back to Amitabh Bachchan's horoscope. The 10th Lord is Mars, with so many planets in the 8th house. So there is a sannyas yoga. That word sannyas all of you understand. right? There is a sannyas yoga in this horoscope. You understand the meaning of sannyas? Sannyas means renunciation. Sannyasi, right? But he is not a sannyasi at all. Young life with so many women, lot of money, and he got a very beautiful wife also. All that. It is happening in the 8th house. Now the importance of the house comes in. The house of secrecy. Therefore, outwardly Amitabh Bachchan, very famous man, all the world goes superstar, except me and Maya here, other people will not understand, because she understands the importance of me, Amitabh Bachchan. I know because I am an Indian. But of course I am not a cinema fan, so when he came to me, I said, look here, your father, a famous poet, was the man I admire. I don't see cinemas. Anyway, you have become famous, I am happy. That's all. The first time he came across a man who refused to recognize his superstar status. Because I am not a cinema fan. If you talk about Michael Jackson to me, he means nothing to me. But if you come to India and talk to my nephews, Michael Jackson is a big hero for them. So a generation gap has to be there, right? So it doesn't mean I am differing with you. You have your heroes, I have my heroes. You have your heroines, I have my heroines. But what is the horoscope speaking? The horoscope is speaking this man is spiritual. And you understand that? Somewhere inside you there is that element of spirituality hidden. Otherwise, why should such a big man, a superstar, come to my house at 11 or 12 o'clock in the night and sit down and do Vishnu Sahasranam with me? Why? Why should he come? Understand that? So what is the man appearing to be outside and what is the man inside?
But the time is perfect for him, like you said, it's happening. He's seeing you at night, very secret.
Very secret.
Just like
Right, correct.
Like the 8th house.
Then I told him, look here, in your previous life, you did lot of sadhana. Sadhana, you know, spiritual practice. But what happens is, when a man is about to die, the thoughts that are uppermost in the mind will dictate his next birth, will decide his next birth. So at the moment of dying, you must have thought that you should have worldly glory. So instead of getting salvation, you are born again as human being and you have become a superstar. So God has to fulfill that wish of yours. Why does that happen? He doesn't know astrology. But you may ask me, why has that happened? Now here see the degrees of the sun, please. How much?
24.
Degrees of Mercury,
24.
degrees of Mars. So the Mercury is getting combust, Mars is getting combust. So a combustion prevents the full blossoming out. So the sannyas yoga has not blossomed out. Understand? Yes, Raj Yoga is there, Dhan Yoga is there, but the sannyas yoga is getting combust, isn't it? So because of that combustion, instead of becoming a big world famous yogi, he has become a world famous actor.
Now, that's the question I have. If, you see these sannyasi yogi in the 8th house and the transcendence, and it's robust, and it's how his fame, you keep on saying he's famous. Where in the chart do you see his fame?
Anyway, don't ask advanced questions. They will not understand at the moment. I'll come to that slowly in the afternoon.
Isn't that the obvious thing, his fame?
Yes, so many things are there. So many yogas, fame. But the most important always is getting the right dasha. Last evening, I don't know how many of you are present when I was speaking. Were you present?
Yes.
A very good question was put to me. The promise in the horoscopes may be many, but why do they not materialize? Right? A promise will materialize when the time for its materialization comes. My program to visit USA was made, finalized, and 6th June they said. And Bong insisted that I should come here, so the program was I would come here on such and such date, 14, 15, 16, something. So it was finalized, that program, so there I reached here. I may not have moved out of India, suppose. I said, no, I will not go. Then all this program would be cancelled. So what is dasha? Dasha is movement. My coming, talking, my explaining. You understand that? So at right time has to come for a thing to happen. Amitabh Bachchan started with Rahu Dasha. Now see the horoscope again. Rahu is in the 7th house. Right? Good position to occupy, Kendra. Okay. But childhood. In childhood, all that you want to see is whether the child will be healthy and whether the child would be studying well, career. Normal questions. But this 8th house so badly afflicted, this man doesn't have the gift of good health at all even now. Right from childhood he has been having some ailment, and sometimes jaundice, sometimes liver trouble, sometimes this, sometimes that. Right? So the bodily suffering has been there all through, that is his destiny. Fame, money, okay. But bodily suffering is there all through. So it gets balanced.
Is that because of the planets in the 8th house? More?
Yes, planets in the 8th house, and then the deeper analysis also you can make. 1. 2. The dasha of Jupiter is, Rahu is followed by dasha of Jupiter. And it is an exalted one. Now I go deeper and I see in the Navansha, it is exalted again in the Navansha. So the apparent picture of exalted Jupiter becomes a real picture of an exalted Jupiter. Clear? The apparent is also real now. To give predictions without seeing Navansha is to destroy a scientific astrological method. You are not what you are. When I see you in this dress sitting here, you are not what you are. When you are not what you are when your parents and brothers and sisters see you. Because you are simultaneously 8 or 10 personalities. You are not one personality. You are a different personality in a different situation. Right? When I am talking here in USA, talking about astrology, I am the same K.N. Rao who has come from Delhi, but I am a different personality because I am trying to adjust myself to an American audience to whom I have to explain astrology, talking very slowly. Right? If I am discussing with Bharati Vidya Bhavan students, I will finish off the whole case in 10 minutes.
Especially exalted Mercury.
Pardon?
Exalted Mercury?
Pardon?
You have exalted Mercury.
Yes, I have. So, you are a different personality. In different situations, you become different. And when the dasha changes, again you are changing. But your inner composition is always there with you. That is unchanging. Outwardly changeable, inwardly something very permanent inside you. Right? That picture comes revealed. So therefore you will have to see it together with the birth horoscope, the Navansha always. Minimum. Right? I am going very slowly. Okay? Now analyze. In the Navansha, Venus has improved. In the Navansha, Jupiter retains that position, not lost it. And in the Navansha, Sun has improved his position. In the Navansha, Mars has lost his position. Now in the Navansha, where is Mars? With whom? With which are the other planets? Jupiter and Rahu. I am teaching unsystematically, but system will emerge out of the whole thing, rest assured. I am only trying to create an interest in you by making it lively. See in the birth horoscope which is the planet in the 7th house. Clear? Who is Rahu?
The head of the dragon.
No.
No, it is.
Rahu is an planet of unorthodoxy. Okay? For your understanding, unorthodox, non-conformist. Right? In 1995, we are living in a world where non-conformism is a normal event. 50 years ago, a Chinese girl had to marry only a Chinese girl. A Roman Catholic girl had to marry only a Roman Catholic girl. A Protestant girl had to marry only a Protestant girl. Today you have all the wide variety of international choices. Right? In marrying, national, international, religion, these things are becoming unimportant slowly.
Which is bad.
Huh?
Which is bad, basically.
Well, I will not pass a judgment. Bad or good, I will not say. I will not pass a judgment, but I will say this is happening. Right?
That's wrong.
Rahu, Ketu, they begin to make you deviationist. I am not becoming judgmental. Please try to understand. I am only telling you the truth. Right? Now, in Amitabh Bachchan's seventh place, I see what? Rahu. 7th is the house of marriage relationship. So I say there is something. Now, unfortunately, I am such an ignorant man because I don't know. Last 93, when I was coming to USA, my nephew started talking about Michael Jackson. I said, who is Michael Jackson? They said, you don't know? I said, I don't know. Then they started telling me about him. I said, okay, he is your hero. I am not bothered about Michael Jackson. But if I get his horoscope, I will study it. That is my interest. Why he has become a famous man. So for me, Michael Jackson is only a horoscope. Right? If for you he is a hero, they said okay, and we understand. I mean for my nephews. So here I find in the 7th house Rahu. Now go to the Navansha. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Who is the 7th lord of the Navansha? Mars. Where is he? In the 10th with Rahu and with Jupiter. So now you see his wife will be from an unorthodox background but will be dignified, exalted Jupiter. Right? When Amitabh Bachchan married Jaya Bhaduri, an actress, she was already well established and she was a much better actress than many other people. So he married an established actress and from there he got a breakthrough, a greater breakthrough. And she stopped acting. This man became a superstar. His luck started rising. So now you see in the birth horoscope you are seeing Rahu in the 7th house. In the Navansha you are seeing the 7th lord with Rahu again and with exalted Jupiter. Right? Here comes in a more interesting variety. I'll first tell you a story. If I could get some water, it will be very good. Thank you. It's here. Then you can keep that right near. You can give me that. I'll keep taking it. And no, I'll need more, and I'll try to exhaust the bottle. Thank you. Now, last year at one particular station, one lady came to me. She said, I do Western astrology and you look into the horoscopes and begin to say certain things about some things I have heard about you. Will you please do reading for me? I said, all right. I went on doing reading. In doing the reading, I told about her relationships and at one stage I said, at this stage you met a very dignified looking good person with a high status. She said, yes, but how do you know that? I said, if you knew astrology, I could explain. If you knew Vedic astrology. Now here, you find in the Navansha the 7th Lord Mars with Rahu with Jupiter. Right? You know, Rahu is a planet of unorthodoxy. I have told you that. And Jupiter in astrology is a Brahmin. You know, in India we have the caste system. You know about that? The caste system, Brahmin, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. Jupiter is a Brahmin. Amitabh Bachchan is not a Brahmin, he is a caste. So what was the unorthodoxy? The unorthodoxy was he met a Brahmin woman and married her. Jaya Bhaduri is a Bengali Brahmin. He is a UP caste. The unorthodox marriage with who comes to from a higher caste. That is how the horoscope begins to speak its language. Right? Then there are principles of interpretation of the Mahadasha. How Mahadashas are interpreted. I have given some principles. Okay? You are taping.
Technical background.
No, it is good if she tapes, hears, repeats the lesson, reads the book, she will absorb more. I like it because I am the only one who discusses and gives reasons. No other astrologer in the world is doing that. Do you know that? You will not meet any other astrologer who will give the reasons and explain to you. They want to keep it always a secret. And many of them cannot even explain. So now once I see the Navansha, I say, well, Jupiter in the 10th house in the Navansha, right? Seeing in the 10th house, aspected by moon.
Planets cast an aspect of the Navansha.
Pardon? Yes, I'll see that. And moon, now there is something more important which is to be seen in a horoscope. See the mutual positions between the moon and Jupiter. In my birth horoscope also, I have my moon in Libra. Right? And in my birth horoscope also, I have my Jupiter in Kark, 10th house. Amitabh Bachchan's moon is in Libra, my moon is also in Libra. His Jupiter is in Cancer, my Jupiter is also in Cancer. 12 years. I am 12 years senior to him in age. Now you understand? 12-year rotation.
Is it Libra the 7th?
In my case, it is my ascendant. In my case, it is my ascendant. When moon and Jupiter are placed in 1, 4, 7, 10 from each other. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right? In the Navansha you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So placement 1, 4, 7, 10. These are known as quadrants, kendras. Right? It is then known as a Gajakesari Yoga. You have heard about it?
What is it?
No?
This is when they're in the Navansha chart as well.
It is repeating in Navansha chart as well. You know the meaning Gajakesari Yoga? No. I will make use of all the available space here. I will cramp it. Okay? In the Navansha, it is repeating.
In this case, but is this the yoga can be only in the birth chart?
Yes, in the yoga and the birth chart.
It doesn't have to be both.
Ah.
Doesn't have to be both.
No, I'll make use of it later. At the moment, for small little expression, I'll make use of all this. Okay. Gajya Kesari Yoga. G-A, you have written that here? I am switching it off in between, otherwise it is getting heated.
Okay.
You know, I am switching because it gets hot.
Yeah. Hard to tell.
Gajya. Gajya means elephant. Kesari means lion. L-I-O-N. So I say, what is this meaning? Elephant, lion. Remember, these books were written in ancient times when you did not have aeroplanes and jets and this. So the symbol of prosperity or symbol of position was what? Possessing an elephant and roaring like a lion, which means you are in a position. So modernizing means what? Taking the ancient concepts and putting them in the modern context.
Also when it's conjunct to,
Pardon?
it's when Moon and Jupiter is aspect.
Yes, 1, 4, 7, 10 means conjunct. Yes. Classical astrology of India is eternally valid, but make it flexible for modern times. You understand the point? Apply it to a situation. I am meeting Americans in Fairfield discussing astrology, and in my audience there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 women. 50 years ago, it would have been unimaginable in India that women were coming and sitting and learning astrology. 50 years ago, it would have been unimaginable that women in USA were also openly coming and doing it. After World War II, first it started changing. US history also, pre-First World War, you were more conservative.
How did your mother learn?
Huh?
How did your mother learn?
Pardon?
Your mother. How did your mother learn?
My mother.
Yeah.
My mother learnt it because in the traditional family. Because my grandfather was a non-conformist. So he said, yes, okay, let her learn. Now, Gajya Kesari Yoga means position of importance. That's all the modern meaning. Position of importance, fame.
And is this applicable to the Janma Kundali and the Navansha?
You take in the Janma Kundali first. In the Navansha, if it is repeating, it is good.
So if it's not present in the Janma Kundali, you don't look at it for in the Navansha.
No, in the Navansha, if it is there, it is again good. A Gajya Kesari Yoga is good for span of life. You get my point? Long life. Long life. In a worldly sense, it is good for prosperity, fame, and from the point of view of longevity, it is good for long life. When his mother came, I said, it's a dangerous period. And he met with an accident. The prediction I gave in January 1982. And in July 1982, he met with a very dangerous accident and he was nearly on the deathbed.
By himself?
This man.
By himself?
Pardon?
By himself?
Pardon?
Was he by himself, Shia?
Huh?
Is he alone?
Was he in?
He was he was acting, he was taking some shooting was going on, he was not alone.
Yeah. And he gets shot?
No. While
Pictures shooting.
in picture shooting, something happened and something went in or something. Anyway,
Was a stunt, was doing a stunt.
you know that.
Yeah.
है ना?
Doing a stunt. And then he started
Involving
the
women.
table and something went into it. During the movie, he was shooting. He liked to do his own stunt.
Dual Rashis. Now you know the Char, Sthir, Diswabhav. The principle is this is movable. You know that. Move, M-O-V-E-A-B-L-E. Or you call it mutable. Mutable. This is fixed. No, this is cardinal, fixed, mutable. Cardinal, fixed, mutable. Cardinal, fixed, mutable. Like that it goes on. In Vedic astrology we call it Char, Sthir, Diswabhav.
So you're saying that the house, the third house is a mutable house, but in this case it's a cardinal because it's
Char,
Aries.
Sthir, Swabhava. We use these words. Chara means mobility, right? Cardinal. You see, when you are doing this Vedic astrology, it is better to remember the original Sanskrit terms also, because those words have a definite meaning.
Swap.
Chara, C-H-A-R-A, Chara, and Sthira, S-T-H-I-R-A, Sthira, and Dviswabhava, D-W-I,
Bhava.
Bhava, Dviswabhava, right?
Was Shara cardinal? Shara?
Right.
Aries.
Cardinal, fixed, mutable.
What do you mean by cardinal?
That is what you use in Western astrology.
I don't understand.
Anyway, cardinal means what? Explain.
No, I don't.
Initiates action.
Pardon?
Begins things. Initiates action.
Anyway, I'll come to the.
Jyotish, but I don't know the word cardinal, but I know signs are every 3 signs you change it from
Correct.
fixed, movable, and dual.
Right. Fixed, mutable, and
Dual.
no. Fixed will be in the middle. One is Chara, cardinal. 2 is Sthira, fixed. 3 is mutable, this Swabhava. So 1, 2, 3, again 4, 5, 6, again 7, 8, 9, again 10, 11, 12. So you have 4 Chara Rashis, 4 Sthira Rashis, and 4 Diswabhav Rashis, 4 plus 4 plus 4, right?
What does each one mean?
Yes. Instead of saying what does each one mean, just try to understand one simple point. Chara means mobility.
Okay.
Chara, mobile.
Okay. Mobile.
Sthira means fixed. This Swabhava means dual nature. Dual means it is sometimes fixed, sometimes not fixed. Movable and it is both. It is both. Correct? So I said be careful, your son will meet with an accident while in movement.
Shut up.
Because it is in Diswabhava Rashi, sitting, moving, getting, etc.
Because Virgo is.
Virgo is involved. Yes. And it is in the 8th house. And the accident took place in July 1982, and he was on the deathbed.
What Antardasha was he passing through?
Saturn Sun. So it went on in that manner. People asked me, on September or October 22nd, the sub period of the sun would be over and moon would begin.
That's when you got well.
Right? On 22nd September 1982, the sun sub-period would be over and moon would begin. I was seeing that. So the real danger to his life was up to 22nd September 1982. Doctors gave it up as hopeless. But there is, in the horoscope there is promise of living, promise of surviving. So I said, in any way, in any case he would survive. It was one of the earliest case studies published 10 years ago. Like that I produced many case studies of predictions given in advance, later turned into case studies. I'll read out the last two paragraphs of this case study. In 1982, Amitabh's Saturn Sun was over. You understand the meaning now? The Saturn major period and the Sun sub period was over. So what began next? Saturn Moon. Right? He thanked everyone in the world. After he recovered, he thanked everyone in the world, but never the moon, whose Antardasha had begun now, and he was back home. So you see, the changing of the dashas is changing your fate. Have I made my point clear? How far danger? Let the sun be over, moon period come in. He will recover. If the sun period were to continue, the danger would continue. I had given an advance prediction. The accident took place. The inevitable happened, the destiny. But the prayers were there. And he recovered. Doctors gave it up as hopeless, but there was recovery. Yes.
For this case, what type of mantra or propitiation did you suggest? Mrityunjaya japa or something?
Mrityunjaya was there in this case. I have mentioned in this book also. I made him, his fans to do Surya mantra, sun. Because he was passing through the sub period of the sun. So Bong, you will tell me when we are breaking for this. Pardon?
When is the lunch break?
Huh? For 12:30. I can continue for some time. Very good. Okay. 12:30 to 2, then 2 we come back. Okay, then I'll finish this case of Amitabh Bachchan. In the afternoon I'll take up some other case. So all that I'm trying to do is to teach you how to get a feel of a horoscope.
So when the mother came to you that day, okay, you knew that the mother's consciousness was on her son by coming to you, then you knew that Saturn was deep, and that moon was in the 9th house, and that mother consciousness could bring him through.
When you are doing Vedic astrology, concentrate on the events first. Don't try to bring in psychology in the beginning. What happens is, in the West, many of you begin to overemphasize psychology.
Spirituality, I was talking.
Begin to Western astrology. I have met so many Western astrologers by now, they begin to overemphasize psychology. First of all, you see in the horoscope, what is the likely event that you are seeing. In that likely event, when you are seeing, what is likely to happen is tendencies will be released which will motivate you to take an action. That action will result into an event. You understand that?
Tendencies will be released.
Yes. So in Vedic astrology, when we talk about an event, we are at the 4th stage of psychology.
Tendencies.
It should have been there. This tendency should have created a motivation. This motivation must have led to such and such an action, and that action would have resulted into an event. Therefore, the role of the dasha comes into play.
You're actually considering the tendency to be superior.
No.
Because
Tendency is the first stage, psychology. Event is the last stage. In Vedic astrology, when I say this event, which means I have already seen all this.
yes, so you do consider the tendency
Yes.
from its roots. Because
It's a root.
otherwise the event will not have come
Correct.
about.
You understood. Correct. That's the point.
But then you must consider how to avoid the danger.
Yes. Then therefore, after that, your counseling should be based on solid facts. This is what I am seeing in your horoscope. So therefore, be careful. Even then the inevitable happens, the destiny.
Does it have to happen?
Yes, it had to happen. He had to. So what happens?
Very strong here.
It had to happen. So he met with that accident, but he survived.
That was a blessing.
That is a blessing. Because now he saw that the spiritual strength of his horoscope helped him to survive.
Now, if he hadn't had spiritual strength in his horoscope, would the recitation of mantras have helped him to overcome?
Yes, it would increase still.
Was his destiny in the horoscope because moon was in Kendra with Jupiter?
That's-
Jupiter was
yes.
strong. He survived because
Yes,
of his long
correct.
life and his blessing of the Guru.
Right.
So what he,
Correct. Now, go a little deeper. Now I am giving a very different point. Now count, do the counting physically. Where is the 10th Lord?
Up in the bounce or the
Rashi.
11 houses from the 10th.
Where is the 10th Lord? In which house? With how many planets?
3.
So 1, 2, 3 here. Now you know the aspect of Saturn. Where is the 7th aspect of Saturn falling?
From the 10th house.
Is it clear to everyone? Maya clear? 1, 2, 3. You know the aspects? Eh? Where is the 5th aspect of Jupiter falling? Right? Now you see 1, 2, 3 planets with the 10th Lord
And 2 planets aspect.
and 2 planets aspecting the 10th house. 10th house and the 10th Lord is what is known as karma. K-A-R-M-A, karma. That you are familiar with that word, karma. And you say profession. You say activity. Okay. A man must have a strong 10th house or a 10th Lord to be able to stay long in a top position. Why is it that this man who started his film career sometime in 67 or 68 or 69? Kab hoga? When? Huh?
67 I was only 2, so
Round about that period. And till now, though he is not acting, no one has been able to replace his superstar status. 67. By 71, 72, he had become a superstar. Or slowly 73 latest. Toward the end of 70s and the beginning of 80s, the whole country was mad after him. And Indians in other countries also, like them in British Guyana or Mauritius, wherever if there are Indians all over. Amitabh Bachchan was a superstar for them.
So was it because of Jupiter or Mars being young, I mean Jupiter's blessing, and Saturn being old, that he got both fame in his young and his age both times?
10th Lord with 3 planets and the 10th house again aspected by Saturn and Jupiter.
That gave him both early start.
5, no, don't bother about it. We'll have to come to Dasha for that later. 5 planets influencing the 10th house or the 10th Lord.
Does the nature of the Karakatva, of the planets, influence the type of...
Yes, very good point, very good. Correct. Then, now we go to the Dasha. As I told you, you have to get the right Dasha for the right thing to happen. Right? He was born in the Dasha of Rahu, which was followed by the Dasha of Jupiter, who is exalted. Right? And aspecting the 10th house. Followed by the Dasha of Saturn, aspecting the 10th house. Followed by the Dasha of Mercury, associated with the 10th Lord. Pardon? Mercury is also exalted. Yes, Lord of the 5th also. So now you see, it is the 10th house, 10th house, 10th house, continue.
Then Ketu.
Pardon?
Then Ketu.
Then will come Ketu, that will be late. But anyway, see the Jupiter Dasha as connection with the 10th house. Saturn Dasha, connection with the 10th house through aspect. And Mercury connected with the 10th Lord. So the Dasha is showing, well, when this, in the Rahu Dasha, he was a child. But he got interested in acting in the theatres in school days. In the Jupiter Dasha, he started with a small job in a firm in Calcutta. And toward the end of the Jupiter Dasha, he changed and became an actor. And within 4, 5, 6 years, he shot up.
In Shani Mahadasha.
Yes. In the end of Jupiter Mahadasha and Shani Mahadasha, he shot up. So a man has to get right dasha for the right thing to happen. A dasha for that event to take place. Now you are taking the dasha and making 9 divisions of each dasha. That is known the antar dasha. So you have to make an interpretation antar dasha by antar dasha. You understand? This antar dasha, Saturn sun is dangerous. Saturn moon he will recover. That is where the real principles of interpretation of Vedic astrology come into play.
Is it just because that Surya is Lord of the 7th, and Chandra is just a different Lord, another planet, that he will recover? But also Chandra is Lord of the 6th.
Yes.
So will that bring the qualities of the 6th Krama?
So it continued, he took time to recover even after returning home.
Yes. If Chandra was Lord of, say, the 1st, or something like that.
Yes, it will make a difference. It will make a difference. So anyway, so what happened? He came back home. The Antar Dasha changed exactly on 22nd of September 1982. The sun period was over and the moon period started, sub period started, and he came back home.
So Saturn moon.
Saturn moon.
So Saturn is in the 4th house home. Moon is in the moon dance of mother.
Right. And in the ninth house, so therefore movement. Right? So he comes back home. That is how we proceed in Vedic astrology. In our astrology, when you are timing the events, primary is the dasha. Remember, don't take transits first. Transits will come last. In Western astrology, they take transits mainly, because there is no dasha system. But dasha reveals much more. And dasha is successful use of dasha is 60% of Vedic astrology.
Is that described
In this book I have given the reasons explaining case studies in a story form. Why in a story form is, if I talk astrological in a pure technical way, you will get bored. So I started a new style. Case study in the story, it became very popular. My style of writing became very popular. They said, this man is telling a story. I said, I always tell stories, because an astrological prediction is a story. It is a story. Her father is in a dignified position somewhere. Where is he?
Electrical.
Pardon?
In the electricity board.
Dignified position. Where?
In North.
Yes. But why in a dignified position? I didn't know.
Exalted Guru.
I did not know. But now suddenly when I am talking, something strikes there. Jupiter and Sun are together. Sun represents father. Jupiter is his son. So her father should be in a dignified position. I will give you the reason. Right? I will give a reason for these things always. I will not keep quiet. I will say, no, try to understand. Now, do you drive cars? You don't.
Why not?
Huh?
Somebody else was.
Pardon?
No, he asked me why not. I go because somebody else drives me.
Huh.
I don't need one though.
You don't?
I don't need one.
You don't?
I don't need a car.
Huh.
I work very close to.
Work for it?
I work close to where I stay.
Huh. In later life, when you drive a car, sometime or the other there will be some accident. You will not be hurt. You will not be hurt.
The sun is Venus.
Mars is aspecting the Lagna, Saturn is aspecting the Lagna, in her case. But Jupiter is also aspecting the Lagna.
And Saturn is aspecting the Lagna, you say?
In her case,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So Saturn is aspecting the Lagna, Mars is aspecting the Lagna, well,
Mars aspecting Lagna, his own house, that is good.
yeah.
Jupiter and Venus aspecting the Lagna, that is good. You see that? But Mars is the sixth lord also. And Saturn is the fourth lord, vehicle, sixth lord, accident.
You consider the sixth lord
Accident.
vehicles?
Fourth.
Fourth
Because
vehicle.
they're together. The fourth Lord and sixth Lord are together.
Because fourth is vehicle.
Not together. Aspecting each other and aspecting the Lagna.
Because the sixth lord is some sickness or some
Right.
enemy thing, and then the fourth is a vehicle,
Hmm.
and the aspect of himself.
Yes. So, but in spite of this, there is a strong protection available. So what happens? You are sitting in the car and there is an accident. The car is damaged, you get down, send it to the garage or buy a new car.
And what dasa would it be? A Saturn Mars dasa?
No, don't ask me that.
No, you don't know what dasas mean.
I will see that later. Don't ask me.
Can it be that somebody else is driving?
Yes, it can happen. Even if somebody else is there, but don't worry. Some astrologer will see this and frighten you. Therefore, I am warning you. Don't be frightened. But this will happen. This happens. Right? But nothing, no danger.
Can
Huh?
it be it already happened?
It could have happened earlier also. Has it happened already? Yes.
You and me were young, two other friends who were together, but the car did the car.
So now an astrologer who wants to exploit you, my God, Saturn in the 4th house, Mars in the 10th house, Saturn aspecting the Lagna, Mars aspecting the Lagna, and like this is a danger to you. And spend $10,000 for Graha Shanti, give me $10,000.
Can you say when it happened?
Yes, I can work out the horoscope and tell you. In the recent few months also it could have happened.
It's nothing. It's nothing. You've got a lot of-
Eh?
But she's worried now. It's nothing.
She's worried.
You've
It's
got,
no big deal.
you've got 20 other things that just say it's okay.
I won't get in the car.
Don't worry, you get in the car sometime.
What I am telling you is you are not going to be afraid of this, that's all. Because this is there, it happens. But no damage.
What's your fender?
Has this anything to do, I don't want to mention it, but has this anything to do with Shukra also?
Which one?
This thing that you're talking about Maya, has it anything to do with Shukra, Lord of Seventh, and Shukra being vehicles and all that?
It is, 4th Lord is main important here. And aspecting the 6th aspect of the 6th Lord. That is important. But
Fourth Lord and
Jup-
Sixth Lord.
but Jupiter aspecting, Venus aspecting, Mars aspecting his own house, there is such a strong, big protection available in the horoscope. Now, accident is a normal thing. If you magnify, I can frighten you. I say, don't magnify, finish. It will take place, it's okay. The glass, suppose, falls down here, that is also an accident.
I think she'd rather talk about her husband. I think she'd rather talk about her husband who's coming in
I
Rahu.
think she wants to do it.
Talk about her husband.
Hmm? That will be privately, we can talk about it. Pardon? Okay. We can go. What time do you come back? 2 o'clock. Okay. So now you are getting a feel, okay, and a throb of a horoscope. Like that, I'll take up again informally. I'll take up another different type of horoscope and show you. Remember 3 points. You are going to see the birth horoscope 1. You are going to see the Navansha 2, and number 3 Dasha. Minimum these 3. That is a solid foundation. From there you build up. Yeah.
The ninth, are the houses, the
Pardon?
bhavas, the bhavas, is the ninth house a Dvishta bhava? Are the bhavas immutable cardinal or just the
Yes, Bhava.
bhavas
Yes.
are too?
Uh,
So that the ninth house, when he went into his moon from a fixed, he went from a fixed to a Dvishta bhava, the motion came.
yes, motion came. Right.
Coming back at two compared to this too. Sorting now.
I was going to ask, for example, in this dasha, which is my current dasha, Shani Guru Abud here, and the tendencies here, which would be the strongest tendency in terms of business or something?
Now, for that, I'll have to see the whole horoscope.
Right.
But at the moment, are you interested in starting some business by taking a loan?
Not a, could be called a loan. Someone's giving me money, but I'm interested in starting
yes.
a business.
In other words, you are starting a business with not your own money, someone else's money.
That's right.
So that is the tendency.
Is it positive or negative?
Positive.
Positive.